Alright, Tubes. Got something pretty interesting here for you today. A buddy of mine just picked up this this '03 Yukon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's pretty nice. It's in pretty good shape. Doesn't really have that many miles on it. Relatively speaking, the body's pretty good. The motor doesn't make any weird noises. Shifts fine, so pretty sweet piece. But anyway, we just picked up this bull bar here, and we're gonna mount this up on the front of it. So I figured we'd make a video showing how we do it. Just stand by here. Kit's pretty good. Obviously comes with the bull bar itself, and as far as we know, it comes with all the mounting hardware you need. Got these got 4 brackets here. One of them bolts to the frame of the truck, and the other one bolts to the bull bar, and then you bolt the bull bar to the bracket that bolts to the frame. And it comes with all your hardware. It looks like the standard, it's like grade 5, but we're not planning on towing or putting a winch on this thing or anything like that, so that's more than enough. Now the first thing that we'll need to do is remove the factory tow hooks, which are held in by just 2 bolts. The first bolt is threaded vertically into the tow hook. All you'll need to do is loosen the bolt and remove it using a socket wrench. We found that all nuts and bolts were metric. The second is a through bolt, which passes horizontally through the frame and the tow hook. You'll first need to remove the nut using one wrench to hold the bolt and another to loosen the nut. You may find that some penetrating oil will be very helpful if you have any stuck bolts. Once you get the nut off, you'll find that there isn't a lot of clearance between the inner bumper and the bolt. We found that using a screwdriver to help pry the bumper out of the way made things a lot easier to remove. It also helps to have a friend. One can pry back the plastic while another pulls out the bolt. After the bolt's out, wiggle the tow hook while pulling it towards the front of the vehicle and turning it towards the ground, and it should come right out. We got an idea here. I just asked Nate. I said, "Oh, what are these things for?" And he says, "Oh, that's for my light bar." I said, "Well, wait a minute. What if you put your tow hooks on there?"
I don't know. What do you think, Tubes? Look good?
I like it. I don't know if you could actually tow with that, but it looked pretty good for show.
Please. You're gonna stick through here, through the frame, right? Keep pushing back. You can fit a finger up through here, through the hole in the bottom. You can almost wedge your finger in there to the point where you can't feel your fingers anymore. And then just, there we go. Then it just so easily sits into place. You take the other one, just the one washer, set it right through the front here. Yeah. Take this. You can see, it just sits right in here. You just pop it right here. Hold that there. Take one of these, washer. One of these. A lock washer. Now all this came with it, which was really nice and easy. And a nut. Now I'm just going to leave these loose for right now. I would recommend snugging them up and not leaving them loose.
At some point, anyway.
At some point, we'll figure it out. We'll figure that out when later.
It'll probably actually help us leaving them loose for a little bit while we get the rest of the bull bar lined up. And once everything's actually on there, then we can go ahead and snug everything down.
Spot on analysis.
It's filler material. So we're going to get ready to mount our actual bull bar to the vehicle now, and it's pretty straightforward to do. You have the remaining 2 brackets that get bolted to the bull bar. All it is 2 bolts, a washer, and a lock washer. And just put them on loosely for the time being, because you might have to adjust them a little later. Yeah, so one of the nice things about this is you have kind of a little bit of a choice in how far out you want this thing sticking, depending on your particular application. Because you got 3 holes in this inner bracket here, the one that bolts to the bull bar, but you only got 2 on the other one. So therefore, you have a choice. You can slide it out by about an inch if you so desire.
These are 19mm bolts, so a socket will help, and so will a wrench if you have them. You need to stick your wrench through the frame here if you can, and grab the top of this one we're mounting to the frame. This one's fine because it has the long piece inside which gets wedged. This one not so much, so I need to go get a 19mm wrench. Alright, Tubes, as you can see, got the wrench up in the frame there to hold the top of this bolt we're cranking down. We're going to do this till they're nice and tight, because we don't want this thing going anywhere. In the event I hit a bolt, Alright, Tube, so we believe it's a 7/8. It might not be exactly right, but it's enough to get the job done.
Hey, hand me that 1/3 inch wrench, will you?
Alright, Tube, so at this point the only thing loose are these two bolts here on each side. These two right here, which allow you to raise and lower the bar to where you see fit. Personally, I like it up a little bit, right in the middle, not up against the frame, the bumper here. Just right here in the middle, basically flush with what you mounted to the frame below it. So we're going to go right around there. So it's a pretty even line all the way across. Looks good up here. Alright, Tubes, you can see we've tightened everything up underneath. Got a little bit of rust in our eyes, but everything is good to go. We're going to back this off the ramps and see how it looks. Gotta keep the bugs out.
Alright, now I think that's going to about do it for the install here. Looks pretty good to me. What do you think about it?
I love it. I'm happy with it.
I think
Best $129 I've ever spent in my life.
I think it's pretty skookum.
Get some water on there.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this video.
We'll keep you updated, Tubes.
Alright, Tubes. See you in the next one.